Hey guys, and welcome back to your mother and son reviews. Today we are talking about the highly number one rated, the one and only Teenage Mercenary. It has been ranked number one for at least 52 weeks, guys.
Like the whole year.
I mean,
it's
number
not
one.
Number one ranked.
Rarely. Yeah, if you're into action webtoons, then you know about Teenage Mercenary. My son and I like to read webtoons together. And Teenage Mercenary was one of the webtoons we love to read together. So much so we do voices for the characters. Yes, guys, it's all the way live.
All right.
Okay? And one day I looked over at my reading partner and said, "You ready to read Teenage Mercenary?"
I was like, nah.
He said no. He has fallen out of love with the number one ranked top action Teenage Mercenary. And I never gave him a chance to explain why. And by default, I sort of fell out of love as well. I'm going to ask him now, right here on YouTube, why he stopped messing with Teenage Mercenary. Son, why?
Because it got boring.
Okay, you've heard it here, guys. He said it got boring. Can you expound?
At least in the first 87 episodes.
Okay, first 87 episodes. Was it repetitive?
I mean, at first it was cool. About 70 of them. It was like, okay, cool. People trying to figure out who he is, and it's just like
the first 70 episodes.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, he's like, he's that guy. People don't know who he is, but he's really that. He can really beat you. You know what I'm saying? Like he's really like. He's really that guy. Right.
I'm trying to figure out what made it boring to you. Was it the predictability? Did you feel like at some point you could predict each storyline for each episode? Is that what you're saying?
Sort of. I just feel like they was gonna stay on that narrative of we don't know who is this guy, where did he come from? Is he truly just a teenager that knows how to fight a bit? Like, that was the narrative they ran with through pretty much the first 87 episodes, and I just felt like maybe they would change it, but they were taking so long, they kept just running that same narrative the whole time, and it got old.
Okay, did you give it a fair chance? How many episodes does it take?
87 episodes for webtoons is a lot to me.
It is.
I could wait a little bit longer. I would run it back to see if I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But through those first 87, it was pretty much just that same thing. Yes, he is a very cool character. He's that character that everybody likes in most animes, manhwas, webtoons.
I fell in love with E-Gen. I liked E-Gen. He's low key. He just kind of, they make him a very handsome, love the girls love him. He's an awesome character. But I would admit, for me, and maybe you feel the same way, when I thought about it, it made me think about like the main character for some of the webtoons that we really love, and it made me think about Noblesse.
Good analogy. I think that's a really good analogy.
Okay, that's right. Well, I thought about Noblesse because the character Ray, who was the main character, he was low key. Everyone knew that he was overpowered. Right? That he had the power to do lots of things, but to me, they developed the other characters around him, so much pressure wasn't put on that main character who low-key is boring.
For sure. And that's how I think, is he Jim boring? Personality-wise, yes, he is, but people like that quiet, not really having much to say, kind of throwing off the girls, but can really fight pretty good, and really is pretty humble when he does beat up people. Like, he doesn't really care. Like, after he does beat up people like that personality. But with Noblesse, they had developed the other characters. They showed us how strong the characters that he was going to fight was.
Yeah, and his friends. Yeah, you're right. Saying that, do you feel like you got enough background on his rivals? And who were his rivals?
Right. No. Because they were just so random. When they throw a mercenary out, whether it was, I feel like it was 032 or number 6, they were just random. They just randomly came out and was like, oh, we need you to come back and da. But it wasn't like we really knew how strong these guys were or what they could do. Or even that guy that had like the knife. He was like some type of snake guy or something like that. Like, you know what I'm talking
about? Vaguely.
Okay. He was another guy that was pretty random, but he seemed kind of cool, but you didn't really know what they could do.
Right.
They probably gave you a little brief story, but you didn't really see it.
You wanted some flashbacks.
Right. I need to see it.
You need to see. You need that resume.
Right. So that I can feel like, oh my God, like is he Jin versus this other super strong guy? Right. It never really gave that. So I just feel like it's just carried off of that personality that he got, which people like that personality in most shows, and kind of how much he beats up people and how cool
it was kind of like that low key Sasuke. I'm cool. Right. I'm quiet. But you need to where's Naruto?
Right. Where's Naruto? You had all these other all these other stories going on. Right.
Which made you and guys, don't get it twisted. I actually like Teenage Mercenary, but by default, once my reading partner fell off, I fell off too. 87 episodes into it, we fell off.
Well, why do you like it?
That's a good question. I like the character E-Jin, and honestly, I read lots of different things on here. I'm not just an action girl on Webtoons, so I think the fact that he's this handsome guy, he's saving all these damsels in distress, it kind of I think it appealed to my femininity. It just made me think, okay, I really, really like this character. Is that a thing too? Like, do the people who like him, are they just girls?
I'm dead.
Does it appeal to all the guys too? But honestly, when I'm doing action, when I want to read action, I want to read action. And similar to my son, I want the build up. I want to know that the main character is fighting against somebody who is equal to him.
And action is cool. I don't mind the action, but I just can't watch just a fight and not know who these characters are. Like, I need the background story. I need to see what you have done, like you said, what your resume is like, and then I can be like more impressed with E-Jin. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm not super duper impressed no more because he's been doing it on the regular.
All right. That leads me to my last question. Are you willing to give it another chance? What will it take?
Just exactly what we said, the character development. Or, I mean, it could be something different, but I have to check it out. If it's giving the same thing, probably like for the next 10 to 15 episodes, then I'm completely out.
Okay, so you'll give it another 10 or 15 episodes.
Right. I'll see if it changed.
All right, you heard it here first, guys. My son is willing to give it another 10 or 15 episodes. And since I'm his reading partner, we'll get into those episodes together. Guys, get into those comments.
Right. Interact. Let us know what y'all think.
Right. Let us know why we should give it another chance.
Right.
I mean, I'm definitely willing to, but let us know. If you disagree or agree, let us know. We need the feedback, guys.
Right, please. We would like to know what you guys think, other than just us two going back and forth about it.
Right. As always, this has been your mother and son reviews. Please comment, share, and like. Okay, and push that notification bell. Don't forget. And we are
gone.
Out.